Welcome back to Mega Man Battle Network. Oh, okay. For a second there, I thought Audacity did not record my audio. So anyways, we are now having some power outage issues. We cannot use the elevator, but we did use the laundry chute, dish chute thing. Okay, let's take a look. As soon as my past self gets over there, let's take a look at this guy's dialogue. No. Okay, so what you need to do, I just realized this. What you need to do is that you need to leave the room. Like so. Come back. And you'll notice the guy's gone! Okay, I just realized this. This is a really dick move. Because what if somebody, you know, playing this for the first time, you know, doesn't even give you a hint. A hint would have been wonderful to tell you, hey, I'm going to fix this pretty soon. Why won't you come back in a second? That will give you the idea that I should leave the room and then come back in. And then the guy will not be there and the door will be back to normal, right? That way you can enter it and so the game progresses, right? It doesn't do that. It doesn't do that. The guy's telling you to shut the hell up. So therefore, that causes you to not think, you know, leave the room, come back in, the guy's not going to be there and the door's going to work. No, it's not. It's going to cost you, if you're playing this for your first time, you're playing through this game blind. Like, let's say you're doing a blind let's play of this game. You're going to be totally lost for like about 15 minutes. Like, you're going to be totally lost for like about 15 minutes, and it's going to make you feel stupid for all the wrong reasons because of it. Because the developers intentionally programmed the guy to disappear and reappear in the next room. With that dialogue in mind. I know they're trying to be dramatic, you know, everybody's in panic, it's a blackout. There's a high possibility of somebody dying from exhaustion or not breathing correctly, you know, being suffocated to death. But that's a dick move. That is a dick move. I never realized that until this playthrough. I've played the game like about 4 or 5 times and only beat it in once. Mostly because of emulator issues. Anyways, we now have Ratons. Ratons, they are pretty quick, hence the mouse-like structure. They also release a miniature mouse to attack you, which is really annoying to get rid of. And of course the game gives me Sunny instead of a chip. Anyways, ranting about game developer dickery aside, let's continue on with the game. Now, because of the blackout, we now have basically what's up on the upper right hand corner is somewhat a time limit. You'll see later on, because it's just about impossible. I swear, it is impossible. Not even save states can help you. These things I do not know the names of, so you know what I'll call them? You know what I'll call them? Thunder. Because that's the name of the chip. Hey, that's what you get for not putting the name on the upper right hand corner like the rest of the series does. Anyways, if you get hit by the electrical ball attack, you get electrocuted. And you stay that way until and you stay that way until the end of the battle, I believe. If you move, you get damaged. It's the only form of attack. Anyways, what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to locate... Ah, there we go. So here's the gimmick with this waffle. You need to use batteries in order to activate these platforms indicated by these bulbs. Once you finally find the right socket, there's usually more than one socket. Oh, I can F. I got a high can I. God damn it. I'll trade in the F though. Why? I don't know. But anyways, there's usually more than one socket. The only way to tell that it will work is that... I'm sorry, was this your 5,000 centi? The only way to tell that a socket can work with more than one battery is that they're not usually adjacent to one another. So if you have one that's in the middle of a 9x9 square, more than likely the next socket would be one of the corners. You cannot place it in like middle left, middle right, so on and so forth. Ah, ring saps! These things are interesting. They mostly come at you about fairly slowly. And occasionally they'll send down like a ring of electricity. Most of the time they are activated by these robot things. Usually one Navi chip and then just spam the flipping hell out of your Buster thing will work just fine. They can also infinitely steal your area as long as they get to you. So, God, that was a lot of talking. Most of it was that rant on the door. Oh boy, the other gimmick with this waffle is that it has invisible paths, so most of the time you're going to wind up getting lost. Again, that battery, I swear, they had that with emulators in mind, because like people were going to flat out use emulators to play this game, so they made it just about near to impossible to even do it with save states. Near to impossible. As in, even if you do save state abuse, like if you do manage to find the correct area, you just load up the state and then you go down to correct pathway, and you'll find like all the right sockets and all of that. Even though you do all that, by the time you do manage to reach Elecman, you're not even going to... You're going to run out of batteries. So does this mean that this is an end game? Well... we'll see. Usually means that the game's not over. Vein Sap 2s, I believe that's what these things are. Or the chips are, anyways. I think I barely got this one. I know I got all 3 Vein Saps. Yeah, I barely got the Vein Sap 2. 53. Ugh. Yeah, I'm still worrying about the aspect of not getting a certain amount of chips. Most of these AIs, you don't really help a whole lot because they tell you basically the same thing, which is berries are not adjacent to one another. So anyways, you talk to this thing, it'll give you berry A and berry B. You need to use these 2 berries. Each berry has about basically 2 uses. Has about basically 2 uses. Now, because that berry is in place, I cannot stick a berry adjacent to that. So I cannot stick a berry into that area, and I cannot stick a berry into the right socket there. Each berry has about 2 uses. Once those 2 uses drain out, you need to go recharge them with the same bot that you got them from, or they have a dedicated recharging bot. What I would do is that I would use only 1 berry to see if that socket is the right socket. In this case, it will be this socket right here. So now the red bulb has turned on, but I need both bulbs to turn on, so now I need to go eject this battery, and then go recharge it so that I can finish out the puzzle at long last. It's very tedious work, but it gets the job done. There's also no way of doing it without save state abuse too, so... and that's another dick move right there. Sometimes the highway ways just stop. Well, at least that's what they appear to be. Well, do you know, they actually coded a small bridge. Like a teeny tiny little bridge. Towards that area. It's... This is right where this Mega Man.EXE series starts to show its ugly head. 1200, I believe at this point I should have... Yeah, I think it's obvious at this point I'm using the no random bounce cheat because I wanted to get this game done and over with as soon as possible. Because Mega Man, I don't think random bounce was meant for this type of franchise. I mean, it's pretty annoying to... I mean, it is pretty annoying when there's, like, just random bounce all over the place. Especially when they, like, ramp up the encounter rate so high. I'm not entirely sure if they fixed that in the later games, but... yeah, you know why? Because I still use no random bounce whenever I can. Unless it's necessary. Unless it is absolutely necessary. That activates the green bulb. So I need to keep that sucker in mind. I don't know why I'm attempting to do this one, because it's obvious enough that it's not going to work. There you go, Sarah. So let's give this one a shot. That also activates a bulb. Seems like we got like about 4 berries left. You know, I'm not entirely sure if the sockets are random. It would be kind of dickish if it were random. Then again, knowing this video game series, it would be, it would totally be in the game's nature to do such a thing. Okay, let's try out this one, and a bulb has appeared, which means we have a total of all 3. There we go. And let's activate it. There we go. That should activate all 3. And onto the next area. I think this is where they start to pull another trick on you, though. Yeah, I think this is where they start pulling, like, another trick on you. By, what they're going to do is that they're going to start having you, rally the berries over towards the next area. Like, they'll have you put like a set of berries into like a couple of sockets. Like, they'll give you like 2 berries, and then they'll have you put the 2 berries into the right sockets. And then you cross over to there, now you're facing another problem where you only got 2 more sockets, but you have 3 bulbs. Ring Sap 3. So now you have like about a total of 3 bulbs. And that so now you're sitting here thinking, well, what in the world am I supposed to do? Oh boy. I don't think I got the Ring Sap 3. Nope, I didn't. I do later on though, off screen. Thank God, too. So what you need to do is that you need to figure out how to get the next bulb. How to get a certain bulb to activate that leads over towards the previous area. And that causes the... And that causes, a single bridge to appear, so that you can go grab the other berries, and then you need to go recharge those, so now you have a total of 4 berries in possession. So now you can use that berry at your... So now you can use those 2 other berries at your disposal. Oh, there we go. Another Ring Sap 2, I believe. Did I really leave all this in? Wow. Oh well. At least it gave me something to talk over, because I prefer to be talking over something other than, you know, just staying quiet. Luigi's Mansion. Okay, so now that we've done that, and now let's go get these berries over here. I got like about 2 bars left. Hey man, it's only way better than an ordinary smartphone. Oh boy. Do you think iPhones in the future will have this kind of battery life? It looks like it'll last for like about 15 years, which means that Yeah, like recharge a battery every 15 years? Jesus Christ. That's like a dream come true. That'll save you like a lot of time. You don't have to worry about recharging your phone as soon as you get to the airport. Or as soon as you manage to grab your phone at said airport. You don't have to worry about that at all. Just grab your phone and leave. Yeah, this is where the puzzles start to become more and more tedious. It's not... You're not necessarily making it more challenging, you're just making it more tedious. It's kind of like... It's kind of like Sonic Heroes, now that I think about it. Yeah, if you go to Team Rose, and then you go to Team Sonic, you go to Team Dark, each time you go through all those, you start to learn that... You start to learn that... Ow. You start to learn that, that the levels are technically getting longer, therefore increasing the difficulty. At least this is what Sega had in mind. This is practically the same thing with this puzzle right here. They're just like adding more sockets, thinking that it'll provide more of a challenge. No, it's not. You're just making it more tedious. You're not putting up another challenge. You're not putting up more of a challenge. You're putting up the fact that, you know, you're just making your puzzles more tedious, and that's totally wrong. Okay, so I need to remove this battery, place it back in there. Sorry if you heard that, that's actually me kind of headbanging to the whole like dun, 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 dun. For some reason I really like that part. I'm easily amused. Yeah, here we go. So this is where we start to realize that now we need to rally the berries so that we could get farther into the level. Yeah, I know I'm really late getting into this, but if you just stand in one place, your battery never drains out. But as you run along, your battery gets drained. It makes sense, really. I mean, if you have an app that's constantly running, the more games you have that's constantly running, the more the battery power wastes while your phone or your tablet is on. Because when you hit the power button, you're technically not turning it on, you're just putting it into sleep mode. So therefore it drains battery power as it sleeps. Well, looks like we're going to run out of batteries here pretty soon. Oh! Well, I just ran out of berries. So, looks like this is the end of the playthrough. I don't even get my chance to celebrate for like about a second. Okay, so apparently enough, this guy built a portable recharger for the pet. What you need to do is that you need to button mash the B button within a span of 20 seconds. Hope you've been playing Mario Party lately because you're gonna need it. The unfortunate thing is that the recharged berries don't even last pretty long. But usually, if you know exactly what you're doing, But usually, if you know exactly what you're doing, you only have to recharge once. So you don't have to constantly do it over and over and over. Otherwise, that's more tedious than you don't really need. So anyways, now we need to rally these berries. Now we need to recharge these. And then we need to remove this berry so that we can recharge that one. And now we can continue on. Now let's try this one. I can never seem to remember what's the right socket. But this is basically what you are doing if you are playing the game blind. If Wicked Jen was playing this, she would be totally annoyed, and I can't blame her. I hate this part too. Assuming it's on the virtual console, first off, and second of all, she knows it exists. Which more than likely she doesn't. Oh well. I guess she doesn't really trust emulators. They've always been so glitchy in the past to her. We're still here. I need some water real quick. Whew! That's a lot of talking. Oh boy. Okay, I think we're just about almost done. So let's remove that. And I think we just about got it. Alright, I think we got it. Okay, now all we have to do is just use this one. Activate the switch. For some odd reason, your batteries dissipate after you go through that portal there. Moving right along, we got another ring sap thing. Now we're just about done with this video. Ugh. That's another Saturday off of my belt. That's all I can say. I must have left all these things in intentionally because, wow. Yeah, see, now I got a ring sap 3. Ooh, Typhoon D, that's interesting. Save here, and we'll stop.